Hello, this is Pastor Alan Clark from the Pastor's Study. Thank you for joining me. Today I'd like to share a few thoughts that has been weighing upon my mind pretty heavily. And I'm sure many of you have experienced the same thing and seen the growing ungraciousness and unkindness that is prevalent in our world today. We experience it when we drive. We see it in our customer service that we receive on a daily basis. The television programming keeps us informed with who did not measure up on a given day as well. We see it in the racism and the senseless killing of our fellow brothers and sisters. For the lack of a better term, we have become a mean-spirited society. Our conversations with others is laced with mean-spiritedness. It seems that no one can quite live up to our standards, and therefore we tear them down. No one can do it quite as well as we can. It's never good enough. Many of us, including myself, promote separation and resentment by our comments about someone. We innocently think that we are improving the situation by talking about it. Yet this is, I think, just another way to justify mean-spirited gossip. Recently, I did a self-evaluation. I wanted to see just how much negative vocabulary came from my lips on a daily basis. And I was quite surprised when I came to realize that 85 to 90% of what I said was in negative judgment of my fellow brothers and sisters, my fellow human beings. This is not good for a minister, and this is certainly not good for anyone else, I don't believe. We constantly sit in judgment of one another. We give no thought of how our decision or our actions may affect another's life in an adverse way. This is why there is so much abuse of power. You see, we have placed people in power positions who do not understand or possess integrity and understanding of God's law to show compassion and forgiveness. Even if someone has offended you or taken from you unfairly, we still need to forgive. We need to not allow our emotions and our ego to rule that moment when we are, quote unquote, offended. We need to let it go. And when we let it go, we are taking control and we are banishing that from our existence. As we intentionally forgive in this manner, the adversarial incidents will occur less, for you see, we're attracting it less. When we put our emotions into offenses that have come against us, those situations will occur less and eventually become non-existent. The saying says, you get more bees with honey than vinegar. Well, this is certainly true in this situation. I understand that it is difficult to change how we speak. God knows I have been working at this for some time now. But I challenge you to take inventory of the words you say. And just remember to think about this. Think about how is what I'm about to say going to affect the person that I'm speaking to? Will it lift them up or will it tear them down? How would I feel if someone were to say what I'm about to express to the other person? How would you feel? These are all questions we should ask ourselves before opening our mouth, before speaking. We should try very hard to say encouraging words to our fellow man and our fellow women. Before getting angry and upset, ask yourself, Is this really that important to allow myself to become angry and emotional about it? Do I want to invest this much of my emotion and my energy toward this? Always remember this: when we sit in judgment of another's shortcomings, we are ultimately putting our own faults are the same, or we're pointing them out, rather. When we see fault in another, we are seeing a reflection of the same in ourselves. People around us with their faults are essentially reflecting us and what we think inside. Please give some thought to that before you disregard that thought. I really feel the lack of concern for the other person stems from greed and from selfishness. We do not want another to achieve more than ourselves. Isn't that essentially where this comes from? Somehow we feel it'll be taken away from us. If our brother achieves something great, then it will be taken from us and the good that we will receive. Well, I'm here to inform you this is an illusion of the ego, and every man has convinced himself that it's true, and it's not. God has given each and every one of us all we need or all we'll ever want. The attack on another is our earthly way, our earthly ego, trying to secure what is ours. However, we're essentially defeating ourselves, and it creates the opposite. It takes away. If I'm to bless another for his good fortune, then I'll receive that. But if I condemn him for his good fortune, if I am jealous of that, I essentially cut myself out of it too. I'm condemning myself for that good fortune. Never forget that. Remember that. Religion has also contributed to this attitude of superiority. We've done this by the members who say, I have met the criteria, and therefore I am better than the outcast and the sinner on the outside. You see, this sets up a dangerous situation where the sinners are held in scorn by the children of God, not consciously, but they're doing it. These children of God then hold offices with influence in the community, like our courthouses and our judges, and as a result, these thought processes are filtered out and dealt on the masses, and they reflect the community's way of thinking. This then is predicated upon those who are considered outcast. This is where we have crazy judges making wild decisions against people who are low down and outcast and can't seem to pull themselves together and need our sympathy and our compassion. We are created with divinity, each and every one of us. When you look upon another, always remember they are just like you. Another child of God created with divinity and with divine right. This divinity is given to everyone, no matter their spiritual, their financial, or their mental status. This being said, let us resist the urge to be mean-spirited. Let us love and cherish each other with encouragement and positive words. When we approach, or we are approached by those that are homeless or begging on the streets, we should at the very least acknowledge them. Acknowledge them with a hello. And God bless you, even if we don't have any money to give. Many of us carry around credit cards with us and we don't have cash. But at least give them your blessing. Give them the dignity of a blessing. When these incidents occur, there is something in the person that we come in contact with daily that reflects an aspect of our lives. We were talking about this earlier. And since this is the case, we need to treat them with respect and dignity. If anything else, that we may experience life and experience it more abundantly. If we continue to deal out negativity, if we continue to deal out bad things to others, then we'll receive the same. Let's try to find nice words to say and banish those negative thoughts and things that would hurt and berate our fellow human beings in this life. Thank you for joining me today. This is Pastor Alan Clark with the Pastor Study. Have a wonderful day and God bless you.